I'm Leslie.
And I'm Shelly.
And we are Sisters in Ebert. Welcome back to another Movie Monday.
Woo-wee.
We are back.
We got a drama today.
To the summer of movies.
Back to summer. Oh my.
Good Will Hunting, 1997, Summer of Movies.
Yes, so this was one that Dad was excited to show us. Mm-hmm. It was right after it came out.
We were pretty excited to see it too, because
it was all hyped up.
It was probably like three, 4 years.
Right?
Well, yeah, because it was definitely like 3 or 4 years.
Oh, was it that long after?
Yeah, because we didn't start watching summer movies till like 2001, 2000.
Really?
Yeah, because think about it, this came out in 97. I was in 6th grade. I wouldn't have been allowed to watch this in 6th grade.
That's true. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so do you want to explain Summer of Movies?
Right.
Criteria?
So the summer,
we have a squirrel rating that this is subject to.
The Summer of Movies was a time when our dad showed us every movie he could think of that he enjoyed
and that he had on tape.
Yes, so we
VHS children.
We spent every afternoon basically of that summer watching some sort of film
and beyond.
And beyond that summer.
It was booked to us as a summer. It was pitched as a summer.
It was pitched as a summer, and the summer never ends. You know? So we would sometimes not enjoy the movies. And so we would divert our attention from the TV, which was here, to the glass sliding door, which was here. And we would watch the squirrels run around the backyard if we weren't enjoying the
Our parents live in a wooded area. There is a lot of squirrels that they feed.
A lot of activity going on.
Right by the glass sliding door.
Sometimes much more interesting than the movies.
Sometimes. Or if there were adult themes. If it was awkward watching something with your parents.
Something we weren't understanding.
Right. Or, just boring because we don't understand it. Or,
Which some parts of this movie I didn't understand.
Okay.
As a
I don't know that I did either. I was probably in I feel like I was in 10th grade when we saw this movie.
Okay. Well then, that makes sense because I was in 8th grade then.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
Well, I don't remember.
So at the end of our discussion, we'll go through what our squirrel rating is, because the higher the squirrels, the more bored, uncomfortable, distracted we were. The lower the squirrels, the more we enjoyed the actual feature film.
Yes. So we'll give a current rating
and a past rating,
and
discuss if that changed.
Yes. See if adulthood changes.
Spoiler alert! It usually does.
It definitely does.
Okay. So, Good Will Hunting. We open to tons of books. Let me see. And the credits rolling with, which starts to focus into Matt Damon's head, where he is reading in a modest apartment.
Each time out, he's so cute in this movie.
Yeah.
Him and Ben Affleck. They're so young. Ben Affleck. Mr. Matt Damon. But they're very cute and young in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, well, this is their first major.
This is their baby.
Yeah, and that they made themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won Best Screenplay for this. The Oscars that year.
Ben Affleck comes.
If you don't know, that is an SNL reference
for Mango.
And
in the late 90s, Chris Kattan had a character named Mango who was obsessed with Matt Damon. The Matt Damon!
Oh, Mr. Matt Damon!
And the one time Ben Affleck was a guest on the show, and he was like, Mango, it's me, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck?
So that's just, we say it every time we talk about Ben Affleck. Ben
Affleck. Comes to pick him up, and they drive off. We cut to a professor at MIT who puts a problem on the board in the hallway. It's a proof. It's like a math professor. That somebody has to solve the proof.
Someone can prove
the proof.
Mm-hmm.
With a challenge that he hopes someone can solve it by the end of the semester.
This is my worst nightmare.
Yes.
I am not a mathematician.
No. And only a handful of people have ever done so and successfully. Will is a janitor at MIT and observes the math problem in the hallway while he's cleaning. That night, Will and Chuck, which is Ben Affleck, they are out at the bar, and Will calls it early at 10 p.m. going home. At home, Will writes the problem on his mirror and fixates on it for several days. I put several days, but I think it was just that day.
Yeah.
And writes the solution after all the students leave the hall, as next shift. So it was definitely not several days. They lead it like it's gonna be several days, and then it's the next day.
Well, I think because it was supposed to take the whole semester basically for somebody to be able to figure it out, and he did it in a day's time.
A 1972 MIT class reunion is going on Saturday with the professor that wrote the proof in attendance, and asked by students who run up to him at this at this reunion.
Yeah, they're like, oh, sorry to get behind
yeah,
you.
as they couldn't wait until Monday. I put nerds.
Yeah, nerd alert.
To see who proved the challenge theorem that he put in the hall. The professor rushes off to check it and finds that it has been correctly solved, and no one knows who did so. Will and his friends cruise around town and randomly fight a guy who used to bully him in kindergarten for some reason and is arrested while also assaulting a cop. Now, they're in a car. This guy's on foot, and they stop and just go beat him up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, why not? Might as well. What else are we going to do this afternoon? And like a crowded basketball court full of people.
Yeah.
Like, we in the hood.
They're not being stealth at all. Professor's class is packed, but the mystery mathematician is not revealed. And the professor and colleagues put up a new theorem that took them 2 years to prove as another challenge. Mm-hmm. So then, like, this is Monday. Everybody's there trying to see who actually
solved. It's like they're putting out cheese for the rat. They're like, we're going to catch this thing. Let's see. Here's another one. Yep. See what you can do with it.
Yep. Will is caught completing that problem, too, by the professor and walks away apologizing after being accused of graffitiing the work.
He's like, hey.
That's is for somebody's students. Work.
This is for the students to work on. How dare you graffiti on this? And he's sorry. Yep,
just leaves. Professor realizes that that problem too is correct.
Mm-hmm. It was only halfway done, like because he got chased away. And he was like, "Wait a minute, he's on to something."
Will and his friends go to a bar near Harvard, and Will reveals that Harvard. Oh, did I say Will is Matt Damon?
I don't think we did.
But Will is Matt Damon.
Yes, Will Hunting is his name.
And reveals that he has been fired, and Chucky may be able to get him a job on the demo team.
Chucky's Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I did say that.
Okay.
Yeah. Chuck tries to pick up girls in the bar and is messed with by Harvard guy, but Will intervenes and puts the Harvard guy in his place. A girl gives Will her number, Skylar, that's Minnie Driver, and he throws that in the Harvard guy's face.
You like apples?
Yeah.
How you like them apples?
I got a number.
Yeah. Post it on the window.
In a rare event at Sisters and Ebert, got ahead of Shelley watching movies, and I called her the night after I finished this because I knew she hadn't seen it yet, and I was like, "Hey, Shell," and she's like, "What?" I was like, "Do you like apples?" And she's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I finished Good Will Hunting. How do you like them apples?"
And having not seen it since I was 14, I was like, "Good job!" Like, I'm not getting the reference until I rewatched it a week later.
So Professor goes up, which is funny because, all right, so 1997 was a very big year for movies. Titanic, Good Will Hunting, As Good as It Gets. Mm-hmm. There was a bunch of a plethora of Oscar movies. Mm-hmm. And I watched that Oscar show a lot because I was very obsessed with Titanic. I was very obsessed with Titanic, and all of the cast was there except for Leo. Mm-hmm. And because he got snubbed. But
was he there though?
No, he was at the Golden Globes. But
Golden Globes, that's what I'm picturing.
So this though, I remember watching that whole show, and Billy Crystal hosted it. It was it was a great show.
Was that big musical number?
Yes. But that Apple scene, I remember them showing that for like a lot of the clip for Matt Damon and stuff like that. Yeah,
because they were nominated for a lot of stuff that night. Yeah.
So the professor goes to the grounds department to find the identity of the math whiz kid, but Will didn't show up for work that day, and instead his supervisor gives Professor Will's PO's number to call because he didn't show up. He's like, "What's a PO? Probation officer." We cut to Will, which, come on, guy, I know that. And I'm young. Well, maybe I'm not younger than that professor. Who knows these days the way 90s people look.
He's probably like 31.
Yeah. So we cut to Will's arraignment, where the judge cites Will's lengthy rap sheet with multiple assaults.
A lot of fights.
All thrown out by Will defending himself. But the judge doesn't care. Will hit a cop and will be put away as MIT professor watches. Mm-hmm. There's a history of abuse in foster care as well. In jail, Will calls Skylar and asks if she's pre-law by chance.
She's not. Spoiler alert. Yeah. She's pre-med.
And Professor Lambeau gets Will to be released into his care to work with him on math.
I haven't figured out how he
did that. Yeah, Lambeau is the math guy, math professor.
Mr. Math.
Yeah, Mr. Math. And also must see a therapist. Will briefly decides to stay in jail, but then reconsiders. I think I might stay in jail.
No.
Like math.
I mean, he likes
No,
math,
he likes
though.
math though. I know. To me, that sounds.
Yeah, I would stay in jail. I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm good. I got 3 hots. I'm good.
Will meets with the first therapist and messes with him, and the therapist refuses to treat him. Will also messes with the next therapist, but Lambeau reaches out to his college roommate for help. Sean is Robin Williams, which I forgot he was in this movie.
You forgot?
Well,
What?
I've only ever seen this movie like once before.
Oh my gosh, he won the Oscar.
I know.
For this. Did you just fast forward through his speech every time?
I must have. He wasn't one of the younger gentlemen who
was attractive to watch their speech.
But Robin Williams and I have the same birthday, so not the same year, but the same day. So Sean is Robin Williams, and he was Lambeau's college roommate. He wasn't at the MIT reunion, and the two are estranged. But Lambeau begs his help to use Will's genius for good, I guess. Sean is from Southie, like Will, and Lambeau feels that he can get through to Will, unlike the 5 other therapists he's tried. He's like, well, how many other therapists did you call before me? 5. And Robin Williams is so sharp, I put, and lights up this film, and I put, as soon as he came on, like, it just changed, the tone just changed.
So he's not in it till like 30 some minutes into it, and then it definitely like lifts
like
the whole
I put
flow of it.
like that was just my observation. Like he just lights up the screen and it just changes.
There's so much charisma in that man,
and he just had like 3 sentences at that part. Will meets with Sean, who throws out Lambeau and a lab assistant, and is able to go back and forth he's able to go back and forth with Will, keeping up with them. Like they're just both being sharp wit, and like they're not really attempting. There ain't
no therapy happening.
No,
here.
well, they're not accomplishing much except for they're building rapport.
Yeah,
and that's what's important here. Sean is fine with Will until he disrespects Sean's wife, and then Sean puts him in a chokehold essentially by his neck. Will leaves after that, but Sean agrees to treat him, and Sean is drinking a lot. Will goes out with Skylar, who will go to Stanford in June when she graduates Harvard, and the two are very playful and sweet together. I really like their date.
I do too.
Because they were just like at this store, like in a toy section, or like jokes. It was or
like
something.
It's a real store where they filmed it, and like the owner of the shop is in the background.
Okay, I saw her. Yeah,
I think it was in Canada that it was
filmed. But she's like putting on like they're just
trying on little
they're
it's
not
your kind of date. You're a little look at oddities sort of person.
But like, and it's so nice. Like it's refreshing because like there's no expectations to this date.
And it's
like usually when you date, it's like okay, we're
going out to dinner. We're going to have to have a conversation.
Like this might be a relationship. Blah, blah, like we have to be. Do
I have stuff in my tea?
Yeah. But no, they're just playing around and being silly. It's like they've been together 10 years.
Right. Yeah. It seems comfortable.
Yeah. Yep. I noticed that right away. Will goes to the next session and sees Sean is back, and Sean takes Will to the pond and chalks Will's arrogance up to him being an uncultured kid with absence of life experience, and reveals that his wife was lost to cancer, who he loved more than anything in the world. His wife, not the cancer.
Yes.
He hated that more.
Yeah.
Sean also calls Will out on his fear of confronting deep issues in his life, and he puts the ball in Will's court, for what's next. Chuck goes to pick up Will for the new job, and later Will chickens out, calling Skylar. Sean calls Will's bluff and knows that he will never give his respect if he backs down to Will, so they sit down in silence as Will intimidates seasoned scholars in math. Yeah, like they're very
he's like proving them wrong about things, and they are not
happy about it. Yep. Finally, Will breaks the silence with a lewd joke and tells about the perfect view of Skylar and not wanting to ruin that. And Sean builds rapport with the story of his life and his wife's imperfections that only he knew about, and urges Will to try letting the girl in, or he'll never know what could be. So that joke cracked me up.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
It's not appropriate. We can't tell it,
but it's very funny. Yeah. I laugh so hard. And then, is this the part where he talks? I don't think. Let me see.
A lot of chats that happen.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to give it away. If it's not, I'll
We'll
go.
come
I
back.
think it's later on, so because I would have written it. It's a pretty big deal. So, Sean shuts down when Will asks if he'll ever remarry. Will leaves and goes and you just see how Will doesn't understand anything about anything because he's like, well, it's been 2 years.
Yeah,
You know, like
just move on, buddy. She's not coming back.
The love of your life,
right.
You know. Like, Will leaves and goes to Skylar's apartment where he apologizes for not calling her back, and she agrees to give him another shot for a date the next day. Will solves her assignment. Yeah, because he wants to take her out that night. She says no, but
she's like, I have work to
do. He solves her assignment and takes her out right then instead to the dog track.
Well, he goes to her dorm, right? Or her apartment.
That's where she's at, yeah.
Like, he doesn't call her.
He walks, he shows up. Where Skylar wins at the dog track. Yes. She's very excited about it. Skylar asks about Will's childhood, and he is evasive, but claims to have 12 big brothers who Skylar wants to meet as big brothers. Will reads Sean's book, and he gave up counseling veterans when his wife got sick, and she's been gone 2 years. Sean remembers the day that he fell for her and missed using tickets to Game 6 of the World Series when Boston wins because having drinks in a bar with his future wife. Because, he said, like, oh, you were at that game? I had tickets to that game.
I had tickets. I wasn't there.
No, he didn't say that till the end, though. He didn't reveal it.
Yeah.
That's the giveaway. That's the great. So he gave his tickets to his friends, slid across the bar, and said, sorry, guys, I got to go see about a girl. And that's when he goes, like, he met his wife, he saw her across the room, went and talked to her, and then it was time to go to this Game 6 of the World Series, and he's like, and he hit that that home run. Oh, man, you were so, he was running. He's like, what was that like? I don't know, I wasn't there. What? Yeah, because he had to go see about a girl. So, Sean regrets nothing. And he changes Will's perspective on what true regrets in life are. Skylar wants to meet Will's brothers and friends. Next week, Will lets Skylar meet his friends, and she fits in great. But Chuck makes it clear that Will doesn't want Skylar to see his modest apartment. Lambo meets Sean at a bar to discuss Will's future, as tons of job offers are coming in for Will. But Sean feels Will isn't ready for that yet. And he's right.
He is not professional by any means.
No. Jerry, and I finally got Lambo's first name. Jerry wants Will to have what he doesn't have, fame and essentially fortune, and sends Will on a job offer despite Sean's objections. But Will sends Chuck instead, who blows the interview on purpose.
I love this.
Yeah.
Like, Ben Affleck is so tall, and he's in this terribly short suit.
Because they probably got the suit for Will to give to, like, Lambo probably gave it to him. Yeah.
And he's there doing this whole pitch, and he just looks ridiculous. And it was like, he clearly has no idea what he's talking about. It's fantastic.
Will is with Skylar trying to learn things and is perplexed at how Will's mind works because, Skylar's trying to learn the information so she can be a doctor. Things come so easy to him, and Skylar wishes she met Will 4 years ago when she first came to the area. Later, Skylar asked Will to come to California with her in June, and he asks her how she knows that it would work out, and he says no because of his job and Boston being where he lives. That's it. It's where I live.
I live here.
Yeah. That's where I live.
Work.
Yeah.
This terrible job.
Skylar calls Will out for being scared and tries to become emotionally intimate with Will, who pushes her away due to his history of abuse and being an orphan, and lies, telling her that he doesn't love her, so he doesn't risk losing her someday down the road. So, like, she can't leave him. Like, he is dumping her before she can dump him. It's a very sad scene.
It is, yeah.
Jerry continues pushing Will to take opportunities he's giving him and belittles Jerry in the process, showing how envious Jerry is of Will's superior intelligence because he starts to burn, like, that proof or whatever that he was working. It's like,
this is nothing to me.
And heartbreak over wasted opportunity. So I think Jerry is, like, kind of caught in the middle of projecting his desires onto Will, but also legitimately wanting to see Will succeed too.
Yeah, he wants to see him succeed, but
because
I think
he's the one who discovered
he's
it.
the one who's making him succeed. Yeah. So it's he can say, like, you know that prodigy?
Yep. I found him.
I got him.
Will continues to look at job offers with a cynical eye. Sean asks Will if he feels alone or if he has a soulmate, to which he says Chucky. And then he says,
kind of true though.
Yeah, but Sean explains that family. So he's like, Chucky's family. Family's different than a soulmate. He's like, Chucky will, lay down the street for you. Like, that's different,
right,
than what I'm talking about. Will names Shakespeare, Nietzsche, etc. And Sean calls him out on never taking steps toward a relationship for fear of rejection, and that he's not doing what he wants in life, and tries to throw Will out when he won't answer honestly. But not before getting more digs into Sean about shutting down since his wife's death, as Sean tries to show him the valuable opportunities he could have in life. So Sean is doing what he said he would do with Jerry, but at the same time, like, he's calling Will out, but Will's also calling Sean out because Sean's stuck too. Will calls Skylar to let her know that he's taking a lot of interviews so he doesn't wind up a construction worker. Skylar again says she loves him, and he says to take care. Yeah. Skylar leaves to Los Angeles, and Will works construction. Jerry waits for Will, who is late, and Sean explains that he fired Will. Will talks to Chucky on the job and laments that Skylar is gone from him in California, and Chucky puts Will in his place that he needs to do more with his life than blue-collar work for every other, because every other guy who wishes they could do what Will does and get higher in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he says, do it for them, like, 'cause
wasting,
you can do it. Yeah. And, Chucky says that every day when he picks Will up, he hopes that Will is gone to pursue his talent and doesn't answer the door.
This was sad, too.
It was,
like,
too.
Every day I hope you're not there.
Yeah, he's like, every day on my walk from the sidewalk to your stoop, I wish, he's like, I hope that you're not there. Jerry calls Sean out for running Will out, and Sean says to trust him as he knows why Will doesn't trust and pushes others away. He values loyalty. Sean calls Jerry out for only valuing measured success and thinking Sean is a failure as Will walks in.
They're in a heated discussion.
And Will just like, whoop.
Ooh, I'm walking into something here.
Will asks Sean if he has any experience with physical abuse, and he does. Also says he broke up with Skylar and acknowledges his fear of abandonment. Sean hammers the point home that what happened in Will's file is not his fault. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault, Will.
He says over and over and over.
It's not your fault.
He's like,
I know. Yeah, I know. No, it's not your fault.
I know.
He's trying,
And then...
Yeah, the dam breaks. Yeah. Will hugs Sean, crying after resisting initially. I just saw this in something else, but they were doing it as a joke. Yeah, it's not your fault. Yeah, I can't remember it either. But yeah. Will spends the next day.
Family Guy.
It's been in many things, but yeah, it might be. Will spends the next few days and weeks thinking and goes to another interview at McNeil and tells Sean that he took the job. Sean congratulates Will, and time is up concluding their sessions. Will hopes that they keep in touch, and Sean is going to travel and put cards back on the table in his life. Sean wishes Will luck, and they part, and Will goes to join his buddies at the bar, who all wish him a happy birthday because he's turning 21.
How is he getting all these drinks in the bar all those years?
Because nobody cares.
I guess. Wasn't so strict.
In Southie, it wasn't so, yeah. In the 90s, it wasn't so strict. So Chucky gives Will a car for his 21st birthday so he can get to this job back and forth to Cambridge.
This is the ugliest car.
Yeah, it's a homemade car. It's like,
they're just slapping it Frankenstein.
Yeah, there's different parts. Yeah. Jerry comes to settle up and apologize to Sean, and the men settle with a plan to meet up at the next reunion and go for a drink that day. Sean gets ready to leave, and Will puts a note in his mailbox as Chucky and friends arrive to pick up Will, who does not come down, leaving without a word. Just as Ben Hoofley Chucky hoped.
Yeah, so Ben Affleck walks up to the door and he's knocking. Nobody's there.
And then he looks in the door, in the window, and all the stuff's gone.
All the stuff's gone. It was like a one-room apartment. And he's like,
he smiles. Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
And he's like, hey, where's Will? He's not here.
And they're all like, okay.
And then Casey Affleck immediately takes his spot in the car.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to sit in front then.
I love Casey Affleck.
This movie was very fun. Yeah, I didn't bring him up at all.
Funny.
He's like a background character, but like I love the scene with the sandwich where he doesn't have the whole like 67 cents or whatever for the sandwich. It was like 50 cents. And he's like, well, we'll put your sandwich up here. When you get me the rest, you can put your sandwich on layaway.
I think that was the scene that Dad rewind and we watched twice.
I think
because he laughed
Yeah.
so hard at it. But yeah, and all of Casey Affleck's lines are basically ad-libbed.
Well, he was being a little brother essentially the whole time. Yeah.
Which he is.
Yeah. So there's a note. The note to Sean says that if Jerry calls about the job to tell him sorry, Will had to go see about a girl. And it cuts to Will driving away after stealing Sean's line.
Yep, that's the ad-lib line, too.
He's like, he stole my line.
He stole my line.
And the end. And it's just him driving down the highway.
And you don't know what happens to Skylar, anything.
I think it works out.
I think so, too, but I was like, oh, I could have used one more scene. Maybe.
Shelley wanted 6 months later.
Yeah, like it was definitely a long credit scene to watch this car be just driving.
And I mean that's the kind of highways that it looks like too, because we went to Salem a couple years ago, and so we drove from Pennsylvania to Salem, and like those are the highways in New England that look like that. But I really enjoyed this movie.
I did too.
I forgot it was good. And
well, that's because I didn't enjoy it as a 14-year-old.
I think I liked it, but I wasn't like, this is what everybody's all oohing and on about.
Yeah,
because I didn't get that. I didn't get the
emotional
deeper
side of it.
Well, and the deeper parts of it too, like
the abuse.
Well, and like now that you have more life experience as an adult, you understand. Like, okay, yeah, I do close myself off here. I try to, protect myself from other people and put up shield and everything like that. So. Yeah. I get it.
It's a really good movie.
Very good.
And it was worthy of the Oscar attention that
it got robbed.
Yeah. It did, yeah. It really did.
I think had it come out a different year.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they should have delayed release.
Yeah. Well, who knew? Who knew what was coming?
Who knew?
Well, and I've seen As Good as It Gets, and that's what won that year. And I don't understand that. Yeah, Best Picture, I think.
Didn't Titanic win that year?
I don't think it won Best Picture.
I thought Titanic definitely won Best Picture.
I don't know.
It definitely did.
I don't think it did.
In 97?
Yeah, look it up. Look it up. I don't think it was. Oh my God. I think it was As Good as It Gets.
I don't think it was.
Ask it.
Won Best Picture in 1997.
As Good as It Gets. That was not
the English page.
Put 98.
Okay.
Because
it came out.
It's in the new year. Yeah.
Titanic!
Oh. Sorry.
It's not as good as it gets.
Well, that's good because it didn't deserve it.
Yeah. Titanic did.
Yes, Titanic did. Yeah.
But so did Goodwill.
Yes.
We shouldn't have had.
We shouldn't have to choose.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to choose between them. But yeah, it's really good. And this was like the brainchild of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Like Matt Damon started writing it in one of his Harvard classes. Like they had to write like a short story or something. And then he just continued it. And then Ben Affleck helped him and they continued on to write it together. And then they were shopping it around to studios to like see
who might be interested.
Who would be the best fit for them.
Yeah.
And like there's a couple that said, oh yeah, like we liked it. And then the one they landed on, they chose because in the script, they wrote this ridiculous moment. It was like a love scene between Lambo and Sean. Like, it's out of nowhere. And they were like, my only note, that I didn't understand this part. They're like, we just put it in to see who was actually reading the script.
I love it.
So, yeah, I love that they...
So most people probably didn't
read. Yeah, they didn't read it completely, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I guess." But they wanted someone who really read it and understood it, and
I like that a lot. That's great.
I'm trying to think what else. There was other little tidbits, but I don't know.
Well, think about it while we give our squirrels.
Oh, I forgot about the squirrels.
What were your childhood squirrels?
Oh my gosh, so high, I think. Other than, like, the boys being cute in it. I wasn't understanding a lot of it. I saw math, and I was like, ooh, I'm checking out of this. So I would say probably, like, 6, 7.
I was thinking, like...
6, 7.
6, 7! If you have kids. I heard 6, 7.
It was a little high on my
I was going to say, I think mine would be about 9 or 10.
Really?
Well, that to me is low for squirrels. Like, I think of an infinite amount of squirrels because it's mom and dad's house.
Oh, I was thinking 1 to 10. Well, then...
Oh, I didn't know that.
In, like, I only give it like a million squirrels when I just could not stand whatever we were watching. So there was parts I was in and out of this because I remembered some of the scenes from watching it the first time around because I hadn't rewatched it at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hadn't either.
And so I was probably like a 7.
Okay.
Maybe even an 8. But like I did remember.
Yeah, it was probably about 7 or 8 for me too because it wasn't that
like it's long too. So I think that was part of it.
Well, it's not that long. It's like an hour and a half.
It was not.
Yeah,
was like 2 something.
No, it wasn't. It was close to 2. Oh.
You give your squirrels.
My squirrels now are like nothing. As I said, like 7 or 8 for squirrels back in the day. Just because it was a little dry at points. Like it's very emotional. It's very dramatic. It's not just a comedy.
Right. There are like some funny moments. And I think that's what pulled me back in as a kid.
Robin Williams is obvious ad-libbing.
2 hours, 6 minutes.
Okay. But
so we were in between.
Yeah.
It was shorter than I thought, longer than you thought. But yeah, I would say... now I'm at like a 1 or 2. Some of the scenes went on a little long for me, like, and they were very profound scenes. Yeah, but it was like,
but that's the show of a good film too, like where you can kind of sit and get a little uncomfortable on a scene. Like some of the like scenes were a little uncomfortable, like because they're just like it's like a real therapy session where you have to be there's quiet sometimes, and you just have to be okay with the quiet sometimes.
Yeah, I enjoyed when they would have banter back and forth.
Yeah, me too.
Like that was nice. It is a true drama.
Yeah.
Like, it's good.
Very well done. I really enjoyed it.
And it just shows you, like, how smart Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are. Like,
because they get a lot of flack.
They do. And, like, they've done silly things.
I think it's the accents.
Maybe. But they are bright. And they have pretty brilliant minds to be able to come up with something like this.
Yeah. Very impressive.
And I guess, like, it was initially more involved. Like, it was supposed to be, like... He got recruited by, like, the FBI or something to be, like, a spy or something. And the studio was like, cut that out. Like, that doesn't make
terrible.
sense. Yeah. But, I love it. And then I guess Ben Affleck had a hard time kind of after this because, like...
Typecast.
Yeah, it was, like, the dumb friend.
Yeah,
whereas, like, he was, like, major in making this movie. Like, he wrote this movie. Yeah. But so he just got looked at as the dumb friend. But he played the part so well.
He did. I do now remember the 97 Oscars, them winning Best Picture for Titanic, going back to that conversation because that's when the stupid, I'm the king of the world, that James Cameron held it up and said it. And we're like...
Yeah, it was... Why?
Who let him up here? But sorry, go ahead. Yeah, I do remember that now. But yeah, this was a great movie. Really enjoyed it. Do you have anything else that you want to add? Any fun?
No, I don't. No, I know that a lot, like, they didn't want Minnie Driver to be Skylar. But...
She's good, I feel like.
Yeah, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck wanted her. Yeah. And somebody, too, didn't want Matt Damon. They were going to try and... And they were like, oh, no, that's not
I guess because he doesn't look believable as, like, I don't know.
I don't know. It was something.
Skylar, I forgot to say, too, like, the reason she's in school and has, like, all this education and is able to pay for it is her father died and left her a large inheritance. So she's able to invest that into her education.
Yeah,
because they kind of belittle expensive educations throughout the entire thing, which I get. I get that, especially in this day and age. And
I
2025
agree with at this point in life.
Yeah, absolutely. But
we highly recommend you check this one out. If you're looking for a good drama.
It's a sleeper. It kind of has fallen through the wayside a little bit.
Like, I don't think many people remember it anymore, which is shocking because it was such a success back then.
Yeah. Very good movie, though. Highly recommend it. Anything else you want to add before you?
Nope.
Okay. If you look in the description below of this video, you'll see links to our social media. We are at Sisters and Ebert on Instagram and Facebook. Please like, follow, subscribe, comment, engage with us. We'd love to be able to get this channel moving up and get everybody, able to interact with each other. So we thank you. On Fridays, we come up with a little teaser for our Monday movie. And Mondays, of course, we release our regular video. But we thank you so much for joining us today. And we'll see you next week at the movies.